So you're ready to make a shift in your life financially. You're at the right place because here today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm a high school software engineer that has perfected my methods of productivity, and today we're going to go over 7 different money habits for you to implement into your life this month to make a large transformation in your bank account. Now, before we get started, I do want to clarify this is obviously not financial advice. This is more what am I doing, and then of course you can pick and choose what you think will work for you and implement that into your life. But always, I want to clarify, this is not financial advice. That being said though, I do have my feet in the financial pool because ever since the age of 12, I've been investing in the stock market with a custodial account. I've been in charge of my own stocks. I've been in charge of what I'm purchasing and not purchasing. So because of that, I have gained my own personal knowledge on the financial industry. And I really want to share what have I personally learned with obviously you, because that's what this whole channel is about. What have I learned and what can I save you time? So let's get started. Number 1, you should set a monthly budget. This is something that I do every single month. I set a budget. I'm going to spend this much money on food. I'm going to spend this much money on clothes. It's a great way for me to say, okay, I'm not going to spend more than X amount of dollars on X activity. Because one thing that I really find myself just failing at consistently over the past few years is spending money on fast food. I love going out for lunch, where I spent over $1,000 at Chick-fil-A just eating their food alone. So making sure you have a budget for where you want your money to go can really set yourself up for success. I know in my budget, I also have money set aside for my investing accounts because that's something that really matters to me. I recommend checking out my different habits I'm going to implement in my life as an 18-year-old to set myself up for financial freedom and financial success. So be sure to check that out. But this really is something that I'm doing in my life, and I really want to push it to you into your life. Before we keep going, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Thanks again so much for watching. Habit number 2, track every expense. Now, you don't need to do this every single day of your life after the first few months, because after a minute you kind of get the gist, where's your money going. But for at least 3 months, you should be tracking where's your money going and how are you spending it, so you can, one, really hone in on your budget and see, whoa, I'm spending a lot of money on this, I shouldn't be doing that. But also it can really help you recognize, okay, I'm spending some money on this, maybe I should add that to my budget. That to be a whole nother section. So by tracking your expenses, you're able to see, wow, I'm spending way too much money on X activity. I shouldn't be overindulging myself in that. And it can also help you recognize just money wasters in your life. One thing for me, if you know me in real life, you know I am addicted to gum. G-U-M, gum. I love it. I love Extra. I love Orbit. I love every single gum if you give it to me, except cinnamon gum. That's disgusting. But once I started tracking my expenses, it was looking like I was spending over $200 a month on gum. That's not good. So by tracking my expenses, I was really able to recognize, wow, my money's going down the drain for something that I don't need, and it's not helping me at all. Number 3, automate your savings. Now, this is something that I do when it comes to my income. I got a job, so when my job hits my bank account, the first things is my money will automatically disperse to this account and that account. One account is for my investing, one account is for my checkings account, one account is for my long-term savings. And it's just a great way for you to just automatically have your money leave your account, so you don't have to think, oh man, I meant to put $200 in this account, but I already spent it on food. So it can help you prevent those kinds of situations from happening by just having it automatically move. My next habit, set financial goals. Let me rephrase that. Set specific financial goals. Let me explain. When you set goals for yourself, they need to be specific. Whatever aspect of your life, but when we're talking about finances, you should be pinpoint direct with where you want your money to go, because that is an asset. It makes up your net worth. You should know, I want to save $500 for a vacation. That's okay. I want to save $400 for my car payments. I want to save $800 for a trip to the beach. I want to save, and you see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you set specific financial goals, they're easier to be attained, because you're not just being like, oh, I'll set this money aside for later. And it's like, oh, I don't actually have a place for that money to go, so I'll pull out that money and spend it on food instead. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, by being specific with your goals for your life, you are able to be like, wow, I shouldn't be moving my money around because I have a place for it to go and I really want X thing. So because of that, you should set specific goals for your finances. Next thing, this is more of a money saving tip, but you should try meal prepping to save money. I started doing this and I've saved so much money because I used to eat lunch every single day, like at fast food places. It wasn't healthy and it wasn't economical. I would spend, like I said, thousands upon thousands of dollars on fast food every single month, and it just wasn't long term and it wasn't logical, and I was living above my means. By meal prepping every week, one, I know what's going into my food, which really matters to me because I don't like when everybody be cooking my food. I don't know what you're cooking up in your home. So one, I know what's going into my food. Two, I know it follows my specific diet that I'm trying to instill in my life. I'm not trying to fill myself up with a lot of those seed oils and things of that sort. So I know exactly what's going into my food and I know it follows my diet. And three, it's economical because a lot of the things, it costs much less money to make a meal in bulk and then set it out for the week than it does to go off every single day and spend $10 to $12. You know, meal prepping is a great way to save your money. The next thing I have, pay off your debt strategically. Now, I'm blessed to be in a position where I don't have any debt, but when it comes to paying off debt, there's two different ways, the snowball method and avalanche method. I recommend you do your own research on the two different methods and see what works for you. But at the end of the day, you should be paying off your debt. You shouldn't just be having it sit on there and collecting interest. That's never gonna be smart, but you should be paying off your debt and be paying it off strategically, not just all willy-nilly, I'm gonna pay $20 this month, $30 this month. No, have a strategy and plan for it and for your paying off method. Again, not financial advice, but this is just what I've learned and this is what I think I would do if I had debt. Final goal I have is create an emergency fund. You need a buffer fund for if something happens, if your tire goes flat, if you need a place to lay low for a couple of days and you want to stay in a hotel, not a nice hotel, but just a quick hotel for a couple of nights. If you need to, you know, buy somebody food or something, you know, you will never know, but having an emergency fund, $500 to $800, even $1,000, that is the best thing for you to do for your life because life happens and this is a great way for you to just have a nice little pillow, nice little cushion if worse comes to worse. Hey, this is editing Courtney after I put away all my camera gear, of course, but I totally forgot to mention that this is video number 2 in my self-help series. So check out video number 1, I'll link it up here. So this is just a great way for you to improve yourself. This is an amazing series that I'm starting out. So I really hope you enjoy, and yes, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what are some habits that you are trying to implement into your life for finances. Again, this is not financial advice. I just want to share my opinions on a lot of different finance topics. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Court's Corner.